Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the briefing for Thursday, the 8th of February. Unfortunately, yet again, it doesn't look like we'll be getting much out today. Midday chart showing warm front having gone through and this occlusion now following. I think we're probably seeing the effects of the warm front now with lots of rain and the occlusion that goes through. Probably in our area, some point later in the afternoon, will bring with it even more fairly heavy rain. Moving on to tomorrow, well, really not a great picture either. Several frontal systems sat over the top of us. Probably the slim chance of some weather windows in between these, depending on exactly where they end up, but not ideal. You see lots of low pressure systems building in the Atlantic. Going into the weekend, Saturday looking like a slightly nicer picture. Lots of frontal systems around, but we may be in a clearer area. And moving on to Sunday, similar picture really. So it's just finding those weather windows. Weather warning for today between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. tomorrow for rain, and we're well and truly in that. You see up north, they've got yellow warnings for snow and even a couple of very localized amber warnings. Winds today, but probably about 30 knots at flying height, so not too much of a problem. Sat pic where you can see there's showers up here, and then in our area, it's just very thick cloud, and there are showers, but they're very, very hard to actually see. Rain radar shows that quite nicely. Lots of showers, none of them particularly heavy, but just lots. And this should be going through at some point, and I think by midday it's going to stop raining for at least a bit. Going through the morning. Yeah, it looks like by about 11-ish, that's warm front clearing us. Then unfortunately, this gap here, I was hoping for a flyable interval, but I think we're going to be left in a pretty damp air mass and the cloud's going to be still very low, which will stop us from flying. Moving further ahead, about 3-4 o'clock, looks like that occlusion arrives, and that's going to bring with it more rain, some of which reasonably heavy, and that's going to continue through most of the evening by the looks of it. Public forecast then showing showers this morning with a gap around midday, and then those heavy showers from about 4 p.m. there showing winds fairly brisk from the southwest. Notice it is quite warm as that warm front goes through, 11 degrees. The possible flyable time from about 1 till 3, it's showing 97 to 95% humidity. Well, 93 for an hour there, which probably means the cloud isn't going to get high enough to fly, unfortunately. A midday GFS is showing around 12 degrees with dew point sat at around 10. So again, not much of a split there. And that's the current view outside. I think we ought to get used to that. Temperature just over 5 degrees currently, dew point at 3.5. Odium then showing low cloud, drizzle and rain all day. Did have a little bit of optimism here somewhere. So they've put a tempo here from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is prop 30. Few clouds at 700 feet, scatter clouds at 2,500 feet. We could probably fly during that if that actually happens. Chances are it'll be more than few at 700. And if that is, then, well, 700 feet isn't much good. Top Meteo, 10 a.m. Lots going on. Moving forward a couple of hours, you can sort of pick out that clearance of rain, but it's not showing very good. So it's showing a few very localized areas where the cloud may be above 1,000 feet, but it's still showing the chance of mist and some drizzle. And then by about 3-4 o'clock, the next band of rain arrives. In no towns, if we do go flying, don't need to worry about. Okay, if we do go flying, and I think the chances are quite low, unfortunately, we'll be set up on 2-3. Launch point in normal position. Cables going down the edge of the runway as normal. Aero towing will be on the grass as normal. If we get out there and the grass is really wet, then we'll have to rebrief, think about landings on the runway. But at the moment, if we do go flying, it will be standard setup on 2-3. We've got 2 K21s, 3 K13s. There's chances that we'll probably have 1 K21 out if we do go flying. No movements, and I think we're probably looking at an 80–90% chance of not flying today. So the simulator is serviceable, and we can do any bronze tests or theory lectures that people require. Okay, hopefully see you on a better day. Bye for now.